Here's today's Genesis Medical Moments.
We are continuing our conversation today about lung cancer with Dr. Humphrey Wong. So, Dr. Wong, when something is detected, I should say, on a patient scan, what would be the next step for them?
Well, that's a great question. As we talked about before, the point of the lung cancer screening is to find something potentially that may be malignant. However, people have to understand most things that we find on a CAT scan is not malignant and is non-cancerous. It could be lots of other things. However, we just can't assume that it's nothing serious, so we do need to work that up. So when you get a lung cancer screening, there is usually on the report recommendations by the radiologist on what to do next. Oftentimes we'll do a follow-up scan. Sometimes we recommend further imaging. Sometimes we'll see the patient as well, or definitely your family doctor can help guide you with all those things. We do have lung cancer screening coordinators who is well versed with the process, and they oftentimes help in guiding the patient through this process. The next step sometimes would be a PET scan. A PET scan is a special X-ray test that looks to see if these lesions may be potentially cancerous or malignant. If that's the case, if we find something suspicious, we certainly can proceed with biopsies. And our biopsy techniques are multiple. We have a great group of interventional radiologists, and what they specifically do is try to get biopsies for us. If it's something that is more suited for a bronchoscopy, we can do that where it's a scope test, that we actually take the scope and go into the airways of the lungs and get a piece of that. We're fortunate to have a new technology. It's called the ION. It's robotic. It's robotic-assisted, minimally invasive lung biopsy that we do with a scope, and that can help get us these small lesions as well. So once we find something suspicious and we get a tissue diagnosis, then the next step becomes how do we plug the patient into our system. And our system is very good and fluid. We are fortunate to have the Genesis Cancer Center, where it's staffed by board-certified hematology oncologists who specialize in cancer. We also have our Genesis cardiac surgeons in case that patient is best suited to have lung surgery. We have radiation oncologists as well. And so with this whole group, it melds into what we call a multidisciplinary lung cancer group, where all these players are in a group. We review the case as a group, and then oftentimes we make the best decision for the patient. So really it's a seamless process. It's from start to finish, and that's why we would like to let the public know that we certainly have good options.
Yeah. So several different kinds of services then that are offered through Genesis Pulmonary Associates, correct?
Through us, but also through our Genesis Cancer Coordinators and also the Genesis Cancer Center.
All right. Well, Dr. Wong, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
This was your Genesis Medical Moments. For more information, go to ourquadcities.com and click on the Medical tab.